Okay, yeah, Mitch and Joey coming back to you again. Woods and Whitetails episode 6. Today we are scouting here. Another scouting session. We just came up on 3 or 4 scrapes here. So we pinned this location. Looks pretty good. It is warm out here. Crazy. We have put on so many miles this year.
It's unbelievable thinking back to last year how our scouting season didn't even start for a month from now. Right?
Yeah, so much snow.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're doing some shed hunting. That's been kind of unsuccessful. We don't really know what to think of that, if there should be sheds on public land or if they're all tucked into ag properties.
That's the question Mitch was asking me. Do deer historically stick to their patterns by grouping up during the winter, going to different egg plots and kind of staying as a group, or are they more dictating their decisions based on the factors that are happening
Every day or every
right
week
then?
or So
Train.
yeah, there's a train.
We got some train tracks nearby.
Train tracks. So this is a tough one. This is a waterway. We got in here, brought our kayak. Tough going, but it looks like it's paid off back here.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's a neat property.
I like the factor that there's possibility for bonus tags to be used, and just seeing a lot of doe sign, I think.
Exactly. We're gonna try and get back to you. Stay tuned. Joey's gonna get a recurve, and we don't know if we'll have it out here.
I'm kind of thinking my recurve will be a really specific environment with a lot of factors it has to meet. But general public, I'll probably stick to the compound just because that's, as it is, archery hunters, it's hard enough going just with a compound.
Exactly. We didn't talk about this before. We just kind of pulling this itinerary out. Usually I have a little itinerary, but do you have any story you want to share off the top of your head? If you don't, we don't have to.
Well, that's a good question. Let me think. Off the top of my head,
I've been doing that every week. It might be kind of fun.
I would probably just say I love kind of telling you earlier about shed hunting. I love getting out there, when it's mid-March to April, looking for sheds, public land, typically, all around some close spots where usually there's a lot of other hunters and enthusiasts that are out there. What I'm thinking this year, because going back to that topic I was discussing, where do deer really go? It's such an odd year, not a lot of snow, there's forage everywhere, which makes me believe that I should be looking for sheds where I've typically been hunting and have had cameras out up until end of January. And I noticed, which is very atypical, that there were bucks out there all the way up until I pulled the cameras late winter.
Okay.
So I'm thinking I'm not going to shed hunt a lot of these areas where there's a lot of people and competition. A lot of it's timing. You just got to be there at the right time, right place. But I think I'll kind of go to where I typically hunt, where I know I have evidence of bucks late season. I'm assuming, never good, but I'm assuming those bucks are probably still out there as their antlers are dropping. So
Good chance.
I will be shed hunting some of the further out areas where I know there's no human competition, but I think I may stand a better chance. Years past, with higher snow levels, you rarely would see any deer on cameras or just sign at all. I kind of would just cut off around December.
I'm pretty sure those northern deer, people have said they migrate.
Exactly.
So, but we don't know if they're migrating.
We don't know, and I would kind of think it's a safe bet to get out somewhere you typically wouldn't shed hunt, just because you don't see a lot of deer there. But this is an atypical year, and you just got to keep that in mind. So that's kind of my anecdote. I haven't found a shed in a few years. The last shed I found was, I'll say where, it was in North Oaks, Minnesota, a very wealthy community full of large suburb homes. I have a family member that lives there, and it was probably 5 feet from her driveway. So it's been a few years, and I'm hoping I can get lucky and maybe come across one.
Yeah.
You came across one last year, didn't you?
Yeah, I could share that as kind of a story, huh? And then maybe we'll wrap it up here. Yeah, I found one. Joey and I scouted this area. We scouted it twice. I found a nice 4-point side. So we can throw that picture in there. That was cool. In a thicket, like a poplar thicket, and his antler must have just got caught up on it right on the deer trail. And yeah, Joey and I went back there and hunted in the fall, and the scouting paid off. We did get on some deer almost every sit, but just unsuccessful on kills. But success in my book, visual sightings on deer is a success.
Absolutely. That was a great time going to that spot. I enjoyed, kind of the new environment, the new biome, if you will.
Yeah.
Seeing how the deer react there.
Running and gunning is just an adventure. It's fun.
Always.
So, yeah, good shed hunting weather right now. Get out. It's been this way, I guess, for a couple months or so. It's not just new, but yeah.
Really makes you think about the timeline of it when they drop, especially a deer like this. I don't know. I've had reports of large bucks, large-bodied deer with no antlers, so some of them have dropped. But I've also heard up north where there's scarcity of food in some spots where they're still holding.
Sure.
But it's kind of tough to put a number on it.
We went snowmobiling last year. I'll add one more thing here, and way northern Minnesota. And this guy, who is the resort owner, he found a moose shed.
Wow.
Crazy, huge. I think I have a picture of it. I could probably add that in there. Yeah, that was kind of neat. I think he found that in kind of a clear cut too.
Oh, that's a special find.
Yeah, rare. He might have gotten both of them. It was either one or two. I can't remember. But
if I found one moose shed, I think I would spend quite a bit of time looking in the surrounding area for that second one.
I have a coworker that just searches religiously, loves that. So interesting. But yeah, we're gonna try and line up some good videos here over the next couple months. Joey's gonna be out fishing. I might be with him. More scouting, and we're gonna try and get a African safari hunter on. He's very old, but that one will be a special one. And just friends and family, and maybe our wives even one night.
That'd be a great episode.
We'll just let them talk.
Get their perspective.
So we are going to move on because we are racing the clock here. We might go get something to eat and check out another spot, so we could add footage from that spot in later if we find anything good. So we'll see everyone later. Is it a deer bed or?
Tough to say.
Worn down ground.
Yeah.
Wow. I don't know. This is a good little area here. I don't know. Do you want me to point that straight? Hell, that might be showing to me.